So hello to all St. Lucia Zouks supporters and Caribbean Premier League supporters. It is really exciting to be here in the lead-in to the CPL 2021. Obviously, as St. Lucia Zouks coach, I'm looking to go one better. We'll be looking to go one better in 2021. We had a really exciting season last year where we got into the final, but Trinidad were just too good for us. So let's share a little news with you about St. Lucia Zouks' plans for the upcoming tournament. The first big news is that the icon of West Indies white ball cricket and leadership of the white ball game in recent years, and also the heartbeat of St. Lucia Zouks, has decided that he's stepping away from playing and moving more into a leadership and ambassadorial coaching and mentoring role for St. Lucia Zouks. And who knows where he goes from there. But Daren Sammy has decided to step away from playing after an amazing career, both with the West Indies, where he led the side to 2 2020 World Cups, but also as a really inspirational leader full of integrity for the island. So I've loved my interactions with him, which have included being on opposite sides as oppositions in world tournaments, but also when we worked together with Peshawar Zalmi, and then more recently with the Zouks. And we want to continue that partnership with Daren coming in, as I said earlier, part ambassador, part coach, part mentor, alongside me. And we hope that our leadership partnership will be one that is very healthy for the Zouks in the future. So Daren, from me personally, and if I may speak on behalf of the Zouks supporters, thank you very much for everything you've done, and we look forward to what you're going to do in the future. An update on our international player contingent. We are not retaining our 4 overseas players from last year, our 5 overseas players that were on contract last year. So the Afghanis, the Afghanistanis are Mohammad Nabi, Najibullah Zadran, Zahir Khan, the left arm wrist spinner, and Noor Ahmed, the left arm wrist spinner. They are all busy with series and they aren't being retained for those reasons. And the highest wicket taker in last year's competition, Scott Cougarlane, who did a brilliant job for us with the new ball and then again in the middle overs and occasionally at the death, he is also not available because of the likelihood of him being selected in the New Zealand series in a tournament being played in Bangladesh at the time. So goodbye to all of them. Good luck to you in your international games. And we'll come back to you with more news about the overseas signings that we are going to make very shortly. So we're really pleased to announce a list of West Indian players that we are retaining for this year's tournament. Kesrick Williams and Obed McCoy, the 2 fast bowlers that did really good jobs for us last year, are back with us. Obed McCoy has played for the West Indies in the interim. He's worked extremely hard at his fitness and his game generally, and his game is definitely on the up. So we're looking for big performances from both of them in leading the attack this coming tournament. We also retain Rakeem Cornwall and Roston Chase, both off-spinners obviously, but all-rounders, which lend us really important balance to our side. Both very experienced cricketers now, both playing international cricket, and on Caribbean pitches, great to have 2 off-spinners of that sort of quality in our side. We are the youngster Mark Dial and the other youngster Javel Glenn, who both had really important cameo appearances for us last year, where they didn't play in all the games, but in the games they did play in, they had really positive impacts. And again, both lend an all-round capacity to our side. Javel Glenn with his part-time leg spin that took some important wickets, but also with his hard hitting in the last 4 or 5 overs of a game. And Mark Dial with his classy left-hand batting against the new ball, and his mystery off-spin dusra bowling, I think, and his brilliant fielding, I think could be a really important cog for us in our wheel this coming tournament. Andre Fletcher, who has been a standout player for Zouks for a number of years, will also be retaining the gloves and opening the batting for us. We are releasing one of our emerging talent players, the local boy Kimani Melius, who led his West Indies under-19 side brilliantly in the last under-19 World Cup, and got a couple of chances, not as many as we would have liked in the last tournament. He also probably has not had as much cricket as he would have liked in the interim between these 2 tournaments. And we will be looking at 2 new emerging talent players from the emerging talent pool and acquiring them in the draft.